Diego, 13 years, man, you've been doing this, and here we go again. I just wonder, what is fight week like for you, man? I mean, you've done it so many times. What is this moment like for you?
Fight week is something that always evolves and adapts and changes. At this point in my career, it is something that I embrace as a love, as a passion. I love fight week. I'm not cutting weight anymore, so I'm still cutting weight. I still got 6-7 pounds to cut, but it's not like that 16-17 pounds to cut. So yeah, no, I love it. I embrace it, and like I said before, I'm gonna get as much of this as I can while I can.
I love it. What's the process like when they come to you with Craig White? I mean, no disrespect to him, but guessing you didn't know much about him, probably didn't know the name. What's it like when they come to that?
Well, the process is this. Like, I've been waiting for a fight all year long, and it just wasn't coming together. I gave 155 a legit try. I hired a new nutritionist, and I was like, all right, let's do this 155 one more time. Let's give it a try. And it was an impossible task. And so then I had to call back Sean Shelby and be like, look, Sean, I can't do the 155, and I think that pissed him off. Like, come on, don't bounce back up and down, and and so he made me wait a little longer. And when the time came, he gave me a list of guys. He said, this is the guys that I have on the shelf. He's like, give me a 1 through 3. And so I said, all right. I gave the list to my coaches, my advising staff, and I said, all right, guys, you guys make the decision for me. You guys are, the best in the world. No one's seen more fights, coached more fights, been in the corner of more fights than Greg and Winklejohn. So I said, I'm gonna let them do this because they're gonna do it better than me, without an ego, without emotion. And I let them make the decision, and they made the decision to Craig White. I think when he threw himself into mount with Neil Magny, Jack said, this is the guy. This is the guy. And so that's about how it all went down. I don't take nothing aside from Craig White. I think he's a competitor, and he obviously has a great belief in himself to take a fight with Neil Magny on short notice and step in here to fight me. He's chasing after his dream, and I'm the same. I'm the same man. I'm the same man. I'm chasing after my dream.
No doubt. I guess by the words you're saying, 170 is where you're going to finish your career. I mean, that's it from here on out.
170, I've given consideration. If they ever bring in the 165-pound division, I would like to fight probably 165. But as for now, I'm adapting to 170. And like I put a post up this week that was, me on the scale at 175, saying, I'm looking to change the game. I'm looking to be like Frankie Edgar in what I consider his prime, when he was the lightweight champion. He was cutting 5-6 pounds. He wasn't cutting a lot of weight. He was extremely fast, and that's something that comes with the weight cut. It's going to slow you down. And I sat back. I analyzed all my fights at 155, and especially the BJ Penn fight. At 27 years old, I fought BJ Penn on the highest stage. I analyzed all the emotions and everything that went into that fight. And when I dissected this, I looked back and I said, man, even at 27, that weight cut was hard. I said, it really took it out of me, and it slowed me down. It slowed down my reaction times. And my loss to Lozon, my loss to Iaquinta was a reason why I didn't see the shots coming. Him and in the BJ Penn fight too, my reaction time was slower, and my muscles were slower. Everything was slower, and it's all from that stress. It's a ton of stress, and it wasn't boxers who started cutting weight. It wasn't MMA fighters. It was the wrestlers that started cutting weight. They were training for a 6-minute match where they're not going to get hit in the head. So a lot of things have changed. The sport of mixed martial arts is continuing to adapt and evolve. I've been around the whole process. I've done it all. I made 145. I can't believe that. and that's probably the hugest achievement, mental and physical and spiritual, of my life. But yeah, no, I'm healthy, I'm strong, and my speed is back. I'm fast at 170, and I'm looking to come in here and hit this guy with some blistering speed. I'm gonna hunt, and it's gonna be a good night.
Anxious to see it, man. We're back in Dallas. You're staying away from the beef tartare this week, right?
I would like to send an apology out to that I think it's Sears Steakhouse. Oh man. It was a bad decision on my point when my body was broken down. I don't know. Chances are maybe 1 in a million. I don't know what happened. My digestive system shut down. I got sick. And it's probably because I did the age-old mistake of, okay, let's gorge ourselves after making weight, because you've been deprived for so long, and you're at that amazing nice restaurant, and you're like, oh man, this all looks so good, and you're waiting for your food, and your waiter isn't coming, and so you're like, all right, I'm getting some of that bread with that butter, and then it's like, okay, bring on the appetizers, all right, bring on the rare steak. You're like, I need the blood because I'm a killer. But yeah, no, it's all lessons learned in this sport of mixed martial arts, and I'm sure Craig is learning his lessons too, and I don't wish no ill will on him, but I know that I'm doing things right, and I know exactly where he is on his weight cut, how he feels at 28 years old. I know exactly where he's at, and I know what he's going through, and I'm confident, very confident.
You mentioned the Jackson Wink team. Obviously you found yourself in a little controversy this week with the whole thing with Cowboy and all that. I wonder, has that been a distraction at all? Has that been tough, man? I know you're an emotional guy and a passionate guy, man. To kind of have what happened this week, is that been a distraction or tough for you to deal with on as you're getting ready for this fight?
Somewhat a little bit emotional and somewhat a little bit passionate. Yes. I've learned to really focus on the fight right now, but yeah, no, it hurt to see a Cowboy trashing my these guys that work so hard, and they've put in the time in the sport, and yeah, gyms go through ups, gyms go through downs. Yeah, it is a business. It's about money. And Winklejohn has $40,000 of bills he pays a month on overhead on our facility. So there are decisions that have to be made. And I was just more emotional because Cowboy trash talked a real good man who is my wrestling coach, Chad Smith. He's a really good dude, and he never sold no steroids to no kids. And he's lucky, Cowboy is lucky that Chad is such a good dude, or else he would be suing him for defamation of character right now. And Chad's willing to say, what, he's a good dude, he's laughing it off. Like, this guy's, he's laughing it off. But Cowboy's lucky he's a good dude, because he would have a lawsuit on him right now. But I was pissed. The old Burke wanted to come out. I was like, if I see this guy right now, it's going down. That's my coach. And I told Cowboy, I'm like, look, bro, what if it was your coach and someone did that to you? How would you respond, bro? Like I go to war with these guys. These guys have been there when I freaking was knocked unconscious, and they're right there taking care of me. I mean, with love, with corazon, with passion. Those are the type of guys that he was talking shit about. So I'm like, I wasn't having it. I had to say a few words, and if everything unfolds, and you never know, we maybe standing across the cage from each other. He's fighting Mike Perry, and he has to fight Mike Perry. But I know that that's a fight that fans have always wanted, is me and Cowboy. And so, saying, I win, he loses, it's a big possibility that this fight could happen even before the end of the year.
That would be pretty fun. I'm sure fans would dig that. Well, I know you got to focus on what's going on here. Talk to me about what you feel this fight means. I mean, is there pressure? I mean, you're still a young guy, but you've been around for so long, and you've been through so many battles. It seems like people worry, how much longer do you have? And you're saying, I want to get all of it I can. So is there some kind of, I don't want to say pressure, but like a feeling like I got to go out there and deliver, and I got to show the world that I still belong?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's, I feel like I'm backed into a corner, and it's a corner that I can't I can't fight my way out of this corner I'm backed into. There's only one thing that I could do, and that's blow these doors off the walls and just destroy this corner. And that's where my mindset is right now. I'm not looking to fight my way out of this corner. I'm looking to TNT, blow both of these walls off, and there ain't even gonna be no corners in this room after I'm done. And I'm ready, man. I'm truly ready. I'm confident. I'm at my best. I look at Randy Couture, who started his first fight at 36. I'm 36 right now. I look at this as the rebirth of my career. I do things I do things very different than a lot of MMA fighters. And at 21 years old, I looked at Rickson Gracie and I looked at Randy Couture. These two guys that I thought were just amazing grappler, wrestlers, fighters. And I saw these guys. One was a yoga enthusiast. One was a man that was too old to be doing what he was doing. And I saw these guys and I said, there's something to it, these guys. Their minds, their bodies, just their approach. There's something to it. And I said, you know what? To be great at this sport of martial arts, I said, I have to learn how to master the art of anti-aging, because if I could make that its own art in itself, I could fight longer, and therefore allowing me to have more time to progress, more time to evolve, more time to adapt, more time to go after my dream, more time to do what I love. And so with that whole process, man, I've came full circle so many times, but the art of anti-aging, I fell in love with that at a young age. I went into a hot yoga class the other day. I didn't do no yoga this whole training camp, only my own stuff. I do my own stuff now, my own yoga, my own breathing techniques. I do all kinds of, I've incorporated so much stuff, my own meditation, my own prayer. I've got my own regiments now that are, it's amazing. My herbs, my nutritions, the protocols that I have in place, it really is amazing, and it's something that after I'm done with fighting is something I'm going to be able to fall back on. It will be a fallback plan, because people always want to stay young. People always want to get healthy, and you get healthy, you get happy, and the mindset of a fighter, life is a fight. So that's something that I have going on for myself after fighting. But the thought of after fighting is not here in this mind the way it is in these other fighters. That's why they've all came and gone. That's why they've all opened up gyms and become businessmen and gone on to other careers. When in my mind, that's never been an option. Plan A was the only way. And there wasn't a plan B, because plan A is the only way that my vision and my focus was plan A. There may be a lot of distractions along the road, and I have hit some distractions, and I have also hit some failures, and there's been some real bumps in the roads. And it's not easy. It's not easy to keep your dream alive. It's not. And there was a point where I even lost it. I said, maybe I can't become UFC champion. Let's be like Cowboy and just fight as many fights as we can and make as much good money as we can while we can. But the fire in my heart it never died for that UFC championship belt. It just died down. And right now, at this point in my career, I feel and I know where I belong. I don't belong at 155. There's a reason why I didn't win that belt against BJ Penn. That was not my destiny to win the belt at UFC 107. Now is the time of the rebirth of Diego Sanchez, and it seems like a real long shot, because it is a long shot. It is like the Michael Bisping story, but it's not the Michael Bisping story. It's the Diego story. And this long shot story is a story that says, I ain't never giving up. I'm not gonna quit. I don't care what the keyboard warriors of the world have to say. Oh, he's punch drunk and he's brain dead and please retire. They say, please retire, Diego, please retire, because they want me to be average like them. They want me to fall into that textbook of normalcy. And that's not me. I am the anomaly to that textbook. I am the way outside the box weird guy that's freaking like an alien. This guy's an alien. You know, he's like the Iceman Wim Hof at 52 years old, running marathons in the desert without a drip of water, breaking Guinness World Records. That's the type of mindset I'm on. I'm tapping into my primitive brain. I'm doing stuff, man. I'm on some next level mind, body, spirit, and I'm just still getting better. I'm still getting better and better and better and better. And the crazy thing is, I'm so healthy right now, man. My body is healthy. My mind is healthy. I'm healthy all the way around, and I feel great. So for this fighting stuff, I'm looking to go and just do what God put me here to do. And I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter. And you know, no one knows how long they'll live. No one knows what's gonna happen in their life, if they're gonna get cancer, if they're gonna get hit by a truck or a train like Matt Hughes. You know, no one knows when is the next day. But for me, I'm gonna continue to do what I love, and I'm living for this. I'm living for this dream that's in my heart. And in the end, it will be like a Michael Bisping story, where God gets all the glory in the end, and He's my strength. He's been my strength since the beginning on The Ultimate Fighter, and I'm gonna be blessed coming in and blessed going out.
Inspiring stuff, dude. You can't do it any better than that, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Always a pleasure, man.
You know,
always
man,
a pleasure.
I don't put on a front, man. I really, I'm really living it, man. These last 7 months, man, have been freaking transformation for me, man. Like, God has given me just like the fountains of youth, man. I came across the Wim Hof. I've always done these ice baths, and they suck, man. They're the worst thing in the world, man. And they hurt, and you can't stop shaking for like 30-40 minutes after, and it's terrible. And I had heard about Wim Hof through Alistair. He met him, and he talked to him, and he even cornered him one time. And I said, all right, you know what? These ice baths, I have an ice bath tank at my gym, and I have an ice machine. Those industrial ice machines, they cost about $5,000. You know, like it's not something that you can just put at your house like without a cost. You know, like that's a really good thing to have. I said, if I'm not taking advantage of this, and those other fighters, they aren't, and I am. I said, I gotta take advantage of this. I gotta do these ice baths, because I'm gonna get better recovery. And in the beginning, it was just better recovery, heal from the hard mountain runs. But I looked into this Wim Hof guy and his breathing techniques, And I found out this guy's a superhuman, that they've injected him with endotoxin, E. coli, and he's able to actually influence his autonomic nervous system, his immune system, his endocrine system. You know, that's increased testosterone. That's increased not getting sick. That's, you know, your pineal gland, your adrenal gland, the brain stem, and all this guy's theories. It goes much deeper than taking a freaking ice bath. It really was really deep, and so I dug into it, man. And I said, you know what the hell? I said I'm gonna give it a try, because these ice baths freaking suck. And you know me, I'm an extremist,
yep.
man. So I'm freaking doing it freaking 3 times a day. You know, ice baths every day. And with training, bro, it gets better. You get better. You get better. You get better. You get better. And then I got my headphones on, and I hear this crazy freaking 56-year-old man on my earphone saying, "You're doing it now. You're doing it now. It feels good, right? It feels good. Right on. Right on." And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm freaking doing it. And so there's been that. And then the universe, bro. You know, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, you know, you have to believe it to achieve it, man. And the number one first thing is releasing the self-limiting doubts in your subconscious brain. See, you could believe something. You could be like, oh, I'm gonna manifest this. Let's make a vision board. The secret. I believe the law of attraction. But that ain't it, man. It's the subconscious mind. You can't control the subconscious mind. So if you can't release what's inside your subconscious mind, if you don't believe you're gonna win in your subconscious mind, you ain't gonna win. You gotta release the self-limiting beliefs in the subconscious mind. And that is not an easy thing to do. You gotta tap deep into your brain, and you gotta really believe, man. You gotta really believe. My belief is the faith in God. So that's how I tap into my subconscious mind. You know, if I'm living sinful, dude, my subconscious mind shuts me down, bro. It's like, bro, you don't deserve, bro. Like, and it's not even me. That's core value beliefs that I started as a kid. You know what I mean? I was 7 years old, 6 years old, learning these core values. Boom, they're in there. Those things ain't changing, man. You know what I mean? Like, those are my core value beliefs in my subconscious brain. So this universe is like so intricate, man, and so dynamic. There's so many different things out there. There's so many different things to believe, this, that, you know. But for me, where I'm going right now, my vision is clear. I'm heading to the UFC championship belt to fulfill a mission that was put in my heart by God at a young age. And I'm not giving up on my destiny. I'm chasing after that destiny. I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna go get that. And it's gonna be a good story, because it's gonna be one of those stories that says it's like everybody in the world thinks it's impossible. It's completely impossible. It defies the laws of science. It defies the laws of age. It defies all these common, well-known laws. And so, wow, how? All things are possible, man. All things are possible.